Hi, Colt.
What's up? How
I
you
was like, is that
doing?
me?
Yeah, so I was just jamming out, having a good old
Casual.
time.
What's up, Colt?
What's up? Yeah, I'm Colt. I work at 106.1 Kiss FM.
Amazing, amazing. I've like moderately stalked you a little bit, so
Oh God, did you see anything you didn't like?
no, it's all great.
So I'd seem like an overall normal, like human being.
Well, I wouldn't say normal, but
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, I'm sure you've talked about it like a million times, but it is so fascinating to me the way you're roasting this guy out in Ohio, the CEO. Okay, I got to hear like all about Victoria's Secret. Like, how did it begin? Because I heard some stuff from some people, some stuff from other people, but like,
uh-huh.
what's the origin story behind it?
I mean, there's a deeper origin story of like I've been meaning to write a song like this for a while, but never. I had the words Victoria's Secret in my notes for such a long time, and I'd attempted it a million times and couldn't find the right way to say it because I never felt like I was in this like super body positive, I'm hot like phase in my life. It's actually the opposite. So I was not ready. And then the kid I babysit was expressing like some bullying in school and that she was feeling insecure about her body. And I felt like for the first time, I was like, even if I'm not ready to talk about it, like it might be my responsibility. I just have this like random new following on TikTok, and it's mostly girls that are like younger and in middle school. And I remember when I was in middle school, it was so hard. Like when you're that, you think you can laugh now, at puberty and like that really awkward like teenage phase in your life, but it's no joke. Like I felt everything so hard, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
remember being called flat, like they used to chant Jax's flat chest in camp,
Oh
JFC.
no.
It's like flat and fat, and my tummy fat, and like if I didn't have the thigh gap, I had thunder thighs, and I had a mustache and a unibrow, and it was just all like would pour down on me at once that I was just not pretty and not beautiful and not feeling good. So it spiraled me out into age 26, and I'm still dealing with it in therapy about like how I needed to compare myself to these body standards and the things we saw on billboards and on TV, on runway shows, that it was just like this one body type. And I felt like it was now like almost like an older sister type of responsibility that I have the platform to just make sure that these girls and all people, really just younger people, don't go through what I went through and had to go through. So if I can help a tiny little bit with a pop song, here we are.
So then you release a song, and
Yeah.
I've been curious about this because I've talked about it on the radio, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that had to be so nerve-wracking before like it was all done and you were releasing it to radio or whatever. Did you have any hesitation, or were you like,
No, I think it's just a thought that crosses your mind. But honestly, when I put the song out on TikTok, it wasn't released, and it wasn't even the song we had. It wasn't even a song I considered releasing. Like it wasn't ready
yeah,
or done. I only wrote and did part of it, right? So we were like, we had to rush in and finish it and change out the release we had coming up to put it out, because people were like, where is it? Where is it? And we're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I know that's a little, I think the stress was more so like the whole intent. I didn't want the intention of the song and the deeper meaning behind the song, of how like a bigger cultural problem of like this like kind of creepy old man designing what they had called the
yeah.
perfect body, like
Mm-hmm.
actually skewed my entire image of beauty and self-worth as a
I
kid.
mean, I never really thought about it before, but when I heard the lyrics, like an old dude who lives in Ohio, and I'm like, wow, holy hell. I mean, that's true. Like this dude is cultivating an entire generation of young people to like fit this one standard, and he's just chilling in
Intentionally.
Ohio watching the History Channel. What is happening?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of it's funny. It's like a lot of when I write, I really want to like create like a visual, like an image of something, right? I like visual writing. So I want you to picture something, right?
Yeah,
And
he
it's
was in a
not,
rocker. I was thinking of him just chilling on a patio,
yeah,
like in a
yeah.
rocker with like a mustache. Yeah.
Someone said that to me. Someone said, like in a limousine, someone said watching the Powerball. Like there's like everybody kind of like has their, and it's kind of all perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Because the whole idea that like Victoria was this like sexy, beautiful supermodel that is like this. There's one body and it's her, and this is Victoria, and you want to be Victoria. The reality is not that. She was made up. Like she's not,
Yeah.
she was perfectly constructed by a corporation run by like old men who wanted to capitalize on insecurity. And it's not just Victoria's Secret. It was a whole culture, and it still
Yeah.
is. But now I think 2022, at least we're in like, there's a movement. I'm definitely not the first person to say this and won't be the last. And there's a whole other era of like filter stuff that, you know, like kids have access to all these face filters and body filters right now. And I'm guilty of it myself, which is a whole other world we didn't have.
Yeah, I put a filter on my cat the other day and I was like, what am I doing?
You're like, you're like, this is it. This is the simulation.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I do appreciate you talking about it and releasing a song. But I have 2 daughters. One's about to turn 3 and I have a 1-year-old. And it's just nice knowing there's people in our generation doing things. So when they become like our age and they're in their 20s, life is a little easier and it's more programmed for them to kind of be themselves and not this like perfect model that has been set up by old men in Ohio. So
yeah, thank you. That was exactly the goal. And by the way, it's not just for girls. Like, and I realized that quickly when I started getting videos from people. It's like all genders, all shapes, all sizes. It was more of a corporate manipulation type of message, and that really it's got to come from within. So I am so happy that people connected to my own dysfunctional story and we're able to rock out and take it back is what I wanted. Like, own it. It's ours now,
Well, I hate that we have such little time because like I feel like it was all Victoria's Secret. It was so interesting to me, but I have a million other questions because you're not just like this advocate. You're actually extremely talented with music and you have a super creative mind. And one of the questions I want to ask before we run out of time, like your social media is like littered in a good way with collaboration. And I think when people see a collaboration, they think like this person can link up with another individual and it's going to be magic. But a lot of the times it can not be good at all. And you seem to like hit this chord where you're excellent at executing collaborations with other people. So is there like, do you have like a list of 3 things you look for before you collab? Or is there like a magic like recipe? Or do you just get a good energy from whoever you're with and then you do your thing?
It's actually like hilarious. That's insane that you asked that question. No one's ever asked me that question. And there is like, I do have a criteria in a way. Like if I'm doing, like if I'm reaching out to people, basically the way I reach out is I harass people. I either like just like spam their comments or just DM being like, I love you, I love you, I love you, right? Until somebody finally answers. But the criteria is like very simple. It's either like somebody that is like an insanely talented person that I am like a total fangirl over my whole life, like, so I'm just kind of like shooting my shot. Right. Or I just see people in my feed with like amazing stories and like unique skill sets and things like that need to be said that I can't come from me, that I don't, it's not something I could say. Right. I would rather it come from the mouth of somebody that wants to share their story. So I'm a storyteller in song. So I like love writing stories and I love telling other people's stories from other people's perspectives. It's what I've been doing out here in LA forever as a ghostwriter, right? So like the coolest thing is when somebody DMs me, like a stranger from the middle of nowhere is like, I check this out, like I am a Guinness World Record like holder, or check this out, like, oh, or there's some really nasty bullies in school and they're bullying me because of A, B, and C, or bullying my kid is what I get a lot, like with moms. So sometimes I like fly the kids out and stuff like that to just stick it to the man, and be like, this is like the coolest way you can do it is like do it for 11 million people. If somebody wants to exploit you in front of your friends here, well, I'll exploit that in front of my friends.
Love it.
Kind of thing. And it's like, it feels like a healthy way of doing it in song. So I'm loving the collaborations are my favorite part of TikTok. Like I get to, first of all, I'm like almost a full-time babysitter at this point. Cause I'm having a little like hormonal phase in my life where I just like love to be around like, I don't know. I love babies. Like, and I'm like, oh my God,
You're a
your
good
kid's so
person.
cute. Like, I basically, moms come over here and they're like, why are you like, what the heck? I'm like,
Dude, I mean, if you ever roll through DFW and you come to Dallas or whatever, I would love a night out. So I trust you with my kids. You can watch my kids.
Got
anytime.
you. It's like everybody always wants to go out with me. And I'm like, no, can I actually, you go out with your friends while I watch your kids. I'm like, as long as you let me write songs with them.
That's totally fine. Okay.
Right.
I have one more question before we get to the acoustic live version of your song.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to it. You sound great live, but
thank you.
Super serious. Kind of random. Hate to put you on the spot too.
What?
Out of all the Jonas Brothers, which one do you think is the worst driver? If you had to say.
What kind of question is this? Out of all the Jonas Brothers, which one do I think is the worst driver?
Yeah, what do you think?
We're gonna have to narrow this down. So it can't be Kevin. He's like the OG dad. He's like he's getting hotter and hotter by the day to me every day. So it's just no, it's not Kevin. It can't be Nick. I feel like he drives the speed limit. And
yeah,
now it's just between Joe and Frankie, and I'm gonna have to say it's
Frankie's
Joe.
got something to prove.
I think it's Joe.
Oh, you think it's Joe? Oh.
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah,
I think it's Joe.
He's kind of like the bad boy.
I feel like Frankie like got it, like something. Maybe he like got a nice car and really wants to protect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like I had my intern write one random question, and that was his question.
What makes you think the Jonas Brothers are driving themselves anywhere?
Yeah, intern said. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you sitting down and talking about everything. Hopefully we see you doing like a tour through town soon, or
I hope
hooking up with iHeart in some way. It's going to be massive. I know you will eventually. So
I will see you soon, yeah. I'm sure. And I can't wait to watch your children while you have a fun night out.
There we go.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And without further ado, the acoustic live version of your song.
Here it is. Okay. This is Victoria's Secret. And I hope when you listen to it, you think, I shouldn't compare my body to any body that I see ever. God, I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger that all bodies aren't the same. Photoshop itty bitty models on magazine covers told me I was overweight. I stopped eating, what a bummer. Can't have carbs in a hot girl summer. If I could go back and tell myself when I was younger, I'd say, psst, I know Victoria's Secret. Girl, you wouldn't believe she's an old man who lives in Ohio, making money off of girls like me, cashing in on body issues, selling skin and bones with big boobs. I know Victoria's Secret. What is it? She was made up by a dude. Victoria was made up by a dude. Victoria was made up by. I wish somebody would have told me that thighs of thunder meant normal human thighs, and all the pressure I was under to lose my appetite and fight the cellulite with Hunger Games like every night. If I could go back and tell myself when I was younger, I'd say, hey dummy, I know Victoria's Secret. And girl, you wouldn't believe she's an old man who lives in Ohio, making money off of girls like me, cashing in on body issues, selling skin and bones with big boobs. I know Victoria's Secret. She was made up by a dude. Oh, she was made up by a dude. Victoria was made up by. I know Victoria's Secret. And girl, you wouldn't believe she's an old man who lives in Ohio, making money off of girls like me, cashing in on body issues, selling skin and bones with big boobs. I know Victoria's Secret, she was never made